Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Will Reichert will get this one started. Off we go from Lumen Field. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Milroe. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Now Milroe. Downfield, he's got Horton. Down the left sideline. And he will score. Corey Horton. Touchdown, Seattle. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll run, and here's the rookie from Notre Dame. Room to run past midfield. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Broncos. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Milroe on third down. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. Nix, now to throw it here on first down. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Second down, Nix. He'll let one go down the middle.
Nix's pass intercepted. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Milroe. Looking middle, and there is Horton. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Milroe. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him to just a short gain.
Here's Milroe to throw. Forced to his right. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10. On play action, Milroe. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Corey Horton. Touchdown, Seahawks. That's his second touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year. What an opening, and of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, so replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Nick snap on 1st and 10. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So he gets on the board, first catch of his career. I can promise you he's going to hang on to that ball. Now, it wasn't the flashiest of plays, but just try to get him comfortable and try to settle him into this game.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain there of 15. 1st down, Broncos.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. The defense could not bring them down. It's a catch and run of 22 yards.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you...
Oh, a loose football. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa. Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. Reichard good with the extra point. And the Broncos will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square. 14 apiece the score as this one's away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Now Milrow on 1st down. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Elijah Arroyo was the intended target. And it'll be 2nd down.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Milrow. Get this complete to Horton. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. One quarter in the books. Knotted at 14 on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Seahawks football beginning this 2nd quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Milrow. Over the middle, Smith and Jigba with the grab. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down. Again, it's Milrow. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he'll take this one in. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Start on the ground, and let's give him about 4 on that one. Kobe Bryant there to bring him down.
At the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll go play action with Hicks. On the run to the right. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. They get 19 on that pass play. Good for a Denver first down.
First down. A gain of 19 yards. And the Broncos first down.
Mims sent in motion here. On first down, here's Nix to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Slot man in motion left. Now a give on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. That's caught left side. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate. Great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Throwing now, Milrow on first down. Smith and Jigba there for the catch. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. To the air, it's Milrow. Looking Smith and Jigba's way again, and again a catch.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
From the 43, here's second down and 7. Now Milrow. That's complete. It's JSN. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Milrow. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And nice job there on that return. Gives them breathing room up past the 30-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 32-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Just not a lot of plays on that call sheet for the offensive coordinator for 3rd and a mile. So that's a huge sack there that they took on second down. And barring something dramatic happening here, it might have just killed any chance of extending this drive.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. He will air this out, looking for Sutton.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
That's dropped off for Walker.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Throwing is Milrow. That's to the right side and incomplete.
been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Milrow over him in a flash, and he lost the football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And he missed it. It's no good. And the score remains level.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good, the hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
Nix, now to throw it here on first down. That one incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll lead to a second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Second down. Nix gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Harvey. And he picks up the first down here. But hold on, will it stand? There's a flag on the field. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Start out here with an option to the left. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be second down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
On second down, it's Nix. He'll go right and find his running back. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Third down, they need 5. Here's Nix to throw. He finds It's complete. Down the sideline. And he will score. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Broncos. Third down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Denver. And he'll take it back for the touchdown. What a tremendous mistake there. You want to secure the ball and give it to your offense, not give it up to the other team for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think this is the fine line that all kick returners face, Mike. I think they all want to be impact players. When they get the ball in their hands, they think every play can be 6. But sometimes you got to know when it's over. You got to make sure at the end of this play, my offense is able to take the field and maintain possession. In this case, not only do you turn it over, you give them a quick touchdown on the other side.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Milroe. Out to his right. He'll try to run for it. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Milroe. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. He works free, right side, and he will score. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
The kick by Lutz is good, and the Seahawks back within 7. It's 35-28. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8 and is past the 40-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 40-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Nix. A pass complete to the tight end, Evan Ingram. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
A first down throw for Nix. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. Down to the 10. And he's into the end zone. And they are making it look easy. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Broncos. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. His 8th reception of the game, and good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 48.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run the toss with Walker. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He was brought down by Drew Sanders. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Milrow. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter.
4 yards on the pickup.
So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So, from the 37, here's second down and 6. Throwing is Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
That's good.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Portland Sutton. Touchdown, Denver. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Reichard's good with the extra point. Broncos will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Look at him go. And he's going to take this all the way back. 93 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense, you watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown, and you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
At their own 35-yard line.
Quick throw on the RPO is complete. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
From just shy of midfield, here's second and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
And 9 yards to go.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Throwing now Now Milroe on first down. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Jonathan Cooper, he works his way in, and that's now 5 sacks for him on the year. Out of the gun, it's Milroe. He'll air it out down the middle. That one's knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up third down. From the gun, it's Milroe. Again, working deep downfield. He's got it! And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for a Seahawks first down.
Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Now it's Milroe. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Looking middle, and there is Horton. They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10.
Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Milroe gonna throw it again. That one taken in. Touchdown Seahawks. It's his third touchdown catch this year. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Seahawks will cut the deficit to 7.
Seahawks 42. For Seattle.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
They send Sutton in motion. On first down, here's Nix to throw. That is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Try again. It's second and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The offense trying to extend the lead, but the defense not only following the takeaway, but Greg the pick six, and they can tie this thing up.
Yeah, and this game has been in the balance the entire way, and now for this defense to come up with this pick six, they've got a decision to make now, finding themselves down by 1 here in the second half.
His kick is good. That ties the game. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time?
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Snap on 1st and 10. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Handoff here, up the middle, past midfield to the 45. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Double as good there. They get the 1st down and save a timeout. 18 yards on the pickup there and a 1st down. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down. The defense uses its 2nd timeout here. And don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. Here's 2nd down. Mims sent in motion here. 2nd down. Nix. That's taken in. It's R.J. Harvey. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. And 3rd and final timeout taken by the defense. So the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left. The 12's making noise in Seattle before 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up. 2 minutes to play in regulation. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to grab a late lead.
Is good.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. They go with Walker. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down. They have time to work with, but they have no timeouts. It's 1st and 10. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up.
They'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Now, a big 3rd down. Throwing is Milroe. Flush to his right. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's taken in, and that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
And it all came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing, all out of their timeouts. The defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
Now a run on 1st down. And he's trying to get around the corner, but will not. Brought down. That's a loss on the play.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
So it is a win for the visiting Broncos. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago. Game they really did struggle in. Look like a different group here as they respond with a solid victory. And that'll do it for my partner Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.